Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey girl.
Hey y'all, I'm Jasmine W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right into it, but first I must let you know that if you are in Chicago, I will be there with my friend Brandy Denise on April the 30th of this month. I'm also working on shows, hopefully, in Houston and Dallas the weekend after. So just if you're in Houston or Dallas, mark your calendars for like May 4th, 5th, 6th or something like that. Just put a little placeholder there because hopefully I'll be doing some shows there. And if you never hear me talk about it again, baby, it didn't happen. Anyway,
It will though.
also make sure you're following me on Instagram so that y'all can like stay up to date on that stuff, because I don't know, I don't post here every day like I do on Instagram. So just follow me on Instagram to stay up to date. Y'all know this is Married at First Sight reaction video, baby.
Baby.
To be honest, this episode was boring as hell.
It
was actually very boring.
Very boring.
Not much happened at all. I'm not even gonna lie, I halfway watched because I was like, what happened? I was asleep. Okay, it was that bad. But y'all know on my page, we always start with the most boring couple. I had somebody playing with my notebook today, and this is the most boring couple, and these are the notes that I have on them.
2 lines.
Joanna and Chip, aka Gina and Clint. I have 2 lines here. I've never had this few notes on any couple ever in the history of me doing this for the past how many ever years I've been doing it.
4 or more.
So let's get into it. Clint played soccer and Gina's shorts were pulled up to her damn tonsils.
Yeah, past her nipples.
Baby, I know you're trying to show off the legs, but having your shorts pulled up that high, baby,
Not a good look.
do like we did in middle school. Roll them up.
Okay.
Because having them pulled up here, it's taking away from the sex appeal down here. That's all I'm saying. And then the salon girls came over and they were talking to Clint, and they love Gina. They love working with her.
I'm yawning already.
Snooze fest. Snooze fest. I'm sorry if I missed something. This was boring. They making my job as a comedian hard, because I can't even make fun of y'all accurately, or I can't even really make fun of y'all the way I need to if didn't nothing happen.
Right.
Child, what you think? I'm just a comedian, all right? I'm not a miracle worker. The show has to be a little entertaining on its own. Let's move on to Nicole and Dan.
They need to put me on salary at this point.
Or should I say Debbie and Downer?
I'm doing all the heavy lifting.
Or Downer and Debbie.
Debbie and Debbie.
Okay? Because these 2 people, baby, I need to see my therapist after I finish watching them on Wednesdays.
Okay.
I might change my therapy from Tuesday to Thursday so I can go to therapy after I watch the show and watch them, because that's how sad they are.
I already did this week.
Okay? Nicole said she's at an Italian deli and it feels like home.
Fascinating.
She said she hopes that Dan doesn't look at her differently from what she's about to tell him at this deli. Baby, if he didn't look at you differently when you said you didn't like yourself, when he didn't look at you differently when you yelled at the people for picking out the wrong bridal photo, if he ain't looked at you differently after his arms, I know his arms are sore, because every week he has to lift you up.
Right, and vice versa.
I know he's getting a good workout in, because every week he has to lift you up, baby. And I'm tired. I'm tired for him at this point.
But you ain't lifting. But okay. You lifting this show though. I know that. Ew. Cut the check.
Anyway, she starts to talking about how in middle school she skipped school. She used to be a liar. She lied. It was all a lie. He lied. It was all a lie.
It was a lie.
He lied. Okay. We all lied. We all skipped class once. I never skipped class actually, but most people did.
Never.
Okay? Everybody lied. I was a great liar. Am I a liar now? No. But I used to be.
You sure?
Hell, I used to want to be a lawyer. I was so good at lying. I used to practice because I know that's what lawyers did.
Some of y'all still lying.
Like, that's what you do when you're a kid. You're finding yourself. She said that she needed attention. She needed so much attention. She got so much attention. Baby, you are a child. Children need attention.
Exactly.
All children need and deserve attention. You aren't special, or you aren't, an anomaly because you need an attention as an adolescent. That's a part of being a child.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
That's probably her daddy's fault, thinking something wrong with that.
Listen, I tell y'all this all the time. When you get with somebody new in a new relationship, you do not have to tell them every single thing that you've ever gone through.
Tell them again, child.
It's okay if they don't know your whole life story. You can leave out a few things that, happened to you, a few bad relationships. You can leave some things out, specifically if you've grown from those things, or bring them up later. But I think that Nicole is just dumping her insecurities onto him, and it's like a landfill.
This is a good one.
It's like a landfill on a beautiful beach. He just wants to enjoy the beach, baby. And you over here constantly dumping trash.
While he laying in the sand, sunbathing.
Baby, get some help recycling some of that shit. And go to therapy. Because let me tell you something. It's nice, when you walk across a beautiful beach, every now and then there's some trash and you pick it up and you recycle, or you know what I mean. It washes up along the shore and you deal with it then. There's no need to come dumping all of your damn trash onto the beach. Let me enjoy the beach for a little bit.
Damn, right?
She's talking about all this stuff that happened when she was young. I said exactly why you don't get married when you're young, because you're still finding yourself. It's okay to not be perfect, Nicole. Oh my goodness. We found out this episode that Dan and Nicole's mom were both in bad relationships, which contributed to their very low self-esteem, their insecurities, their depression. The fact that Nicole was in an abusive relationship and didn't tell her own mother because her mother, she's just repeating what her mother went through. And Dan, his mom, he had a stepdad that was terrible, and he was afraid to tell his mom. So this is communication issues, depression, the low self-esteem, major insecurities. All of those things these are very like adolescent things. Y'all gotta talk to somebody.
Anybody.
And I'm ashamed at Married at First Sight at bringing people on the show who have a lot of, internal conflict and things that they need to work on. They should require people to do at least 6 to 8 weeks of therapy before the show, so that they can come in with a slightly new perspective, preparing them for this, because this is ridiculous. Chris said he didn't learn how to be a dad because he didn't have a good father figure. His dad was, not around, and his stepdad was terrible. Anyway, Nicole wrote a letter to herself, and her letter to herself, it said, "Dear self, you don't think that you're shit right now,
But wait.
but later on, just hold on. You will be a little bit better, but you're still not going to think that you're shit. Love you."
Nicole.
Girl, what? And finally, during the painting, Nicole turns to him and said, did you learn anything about me that would change your mind about me?
Yeah, I no longer like you or love you. Leave me alone at this point.
This question is going to make him change his mind. Every day you ask him if decision day was today, would he say yes? Every day you ask him if he loves you, and he tells you no, not yet. Every day you ask him, is this new information about me making you not want to like me? Nicole, you don't like you.
Oh, Lord.
You don't like you at this point.
If you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else?
I don't know what to say. 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 Let's move on. This is going to be the fastest review I ever did. Let's move on to Jasmine and Eris. Let's move on to Jasmine and Eris, okay? Nikki sat down with Jasmine. Nikki is Jasmine's friend. Jasmine told her it's been hard. Nikki asked her some questions. It was so boring, I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. I was up getting a snack.
Jasmine did say during that conversation, I paid attention a little bit. She said, my attraction, she said, first of all, when she first saw Eris, she thought, oh, he's cute. She was excited. She was like, he's cute. All I need for him is to be cute and we can build upon there. Right. She said, my attraction is really, really built into, my attraction for someone is built into how they treat me, and how they make me feel. She says, now, because of the things he said, because of the way he said he's not attracted to her, because of the way he's treated her, she said she's not feeling secure in the relationship. She's not feeling vibes, honey. She's not feeling attractive. She's not feeling wanted. She's not feeling loved. She's not feeling desired. She's not feeling secure. She's feeling insecure. And she said that's affecting her relationship with him, and you can tell she's completely checked out. She's like over it. And I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Because Eris now, after what? 6 weeks, 8 weeks into the process, he's decided now that he wants to try. He's decided now that he wants to open up. And honestly, him opening up is nothing but a Debbie Downer every single time we hear them have a conversation. So now you decide that you want to give this woman a chance, and you want to open up. Yeah. And now she's over it. I don't blame her.
And I'm over it too, baby. I don't even have nothing to say.
I wrote down, Eris is so boring to me.
Girl, what?
That was me. I fell asleep and I woke up choking.
Well, we know it was you.
Because the conversation was dry. It was dry on my throat.
Dusty.
And Jasmine was looking like this Jasmine. The Jasmine on TV was looking like me. I'm Jasmine. We was looking just alike. We was like... You know how something just so boring, you just not sleep, you just closing your eyes, just getting a little rest. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like, he says, when I was growing up, we used to move around so much that I just got used to getting up and going, and I would just get up and go. It doesn't matter if it was a relationship, a personal relationship. I would just, bail out. And Jasmine's like,
Ooh, I'm hungry. What am I gonna eat for lunch?
And why? Did you ever go to therapy for that? I've been working on it with my therapist lately, but, it's something we've been talking about.
Dead on. I love whales.
They wrote letters to themselves this episode. I don't care about the letters. I'm sorry, I don't. They should just not do this ever again next season. They should do this before they get on the show. Because I don't want to see the letters to their 12-year-old self. I don't care. I want to see them in a marriage right now. Eris's letter said, Dear Eris, it's okay to be you.
It's okay to be you.
It's okay. Anyway, Jasmine talks about how she's really proud of herself. Loved her letter. Loved her letter. I said what I said.
I'm biased. I don't give a damn.
She talked about how she went through some bullying after, changing schools, moving to a new place. She was proper. She was the black girl who sounded white. We all know, we've all been there, right? Not all of us, but me.
You, girl.
And
keep this about the show.
Yeah, 6 weeks later, Eris is ready to learn about Jasmine. Opening arms. I wrote down as a note for the producers, as a note for really the producers, I'm like, everything does not have to be about being vulnerable. Everything that's vulnerable does not have to be sad.
That part.
I think that we have this season confused vulnerability with insecurity and sadness. To be vulnerable, it just means to just, what are your things you're afraid to say? It could be like, you know what, I really want to try this. I really want to go this place. I really want to start this business. I really want to pick up this hobby. I've just been afraid to do it. I really want to, you know what I mean? I'm afraid to do this. What are your fears? What gets your heart racing? It's like, damn, it don't have to be about the saddest parts of your life.
Every time, damn.
Towards the end of the episode, Eric said that he has a letter from his dad from when he was a baby. He opens it up and reads it. And sometimes on Father's Day, when he drives past a dad with his kid at the park, he'll open up the letter and read it. He has it on his phone. He reads it. He needs to go to therapy. My mom said, I think he's in therapy. He mentioned a therapist. I said, he needs to go more.
Exactly. Double it up.
He said, one day, my dad said he would always wanted to buy me a Mercedes. One day, maybe I'll buy my kid a Mercedes, and then all the girls at school will want him. And Jazmyn was like, they'll want him because he has a Mercedes?
And he was like, yep.
How trivial. And he's like, yeah, well, he already have my looks, so he'll have a Mercedes and my looks. Oh, what a prize. Anyway, let's move on to the last couple, honey. I feel like some of y'all gonna watch this and be like, Jazmyn's in a bad mood. I'm really, honestly, in a wonderful mood.
Wonderful.
I'm having an excellent week. This is not entertaining.
Sorry.
Let's move on to Shaq and Kirsten. Kirsten has seemed to have a change of heart, hasn't she? I wonder why. She said she's ready now to buy a house. She said, Shaq, if we're gonna be doing this married thing, then we need a house. And he was like, yeah, eventually we will. And she's like, well, I was thinking more like when your lease is up. He's like, my lease is up in 3 months. She's like, exactly.
Exactly what?
And he's like, no, I'm still paying off student loan debt. I'm still doing this. I've said this before on my channel. Men want to be financially stable before they add anything else to their lives.
Yeah, it's true.
You do not want to pressure a man.
Most do, not all.
To settle down with you.
A lot do.
Have kids with you if he is not financially prepared to do so in his head. That is a recipe for disaster. Because I really truly believe that men put a lot of pressure on themselves to provide. Some will say it's societal, some will say it's individual pressure, some will say it's whatever it is. But they put a lot of pressure on themselves to provide, right? When you add you and you want in your house and in your kids that you want, as soon as you get the house, you're gonna want kids and all that. That is just a big pile of pressure, and a lot of men cannot handle it. They have to have a very thick financial foundation in order to be able to handle that. And he's telling you that he doesn't have one.
Right, plain and simple.
And you're somehow trying to tell them that he's ready, or that's what you need.
Ooh.
You need to be with somebody else. You need to be with somebody who's more financially ready to do that with you or for you, whichever one, however y'all gonna get it. She said lots of husbands buy their wives' houses and cars.
Because she's seen it on TV.
That is true. But I really want to know what she means when she says buy her a house. Does she mean that he puts down the down payment and the mortgage is in his name, but she helps with the light bill and other things because she works? Or does she want to be a stay-at-home mom? Because I have the feeling she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and raise kids. She doesn't want to work. Which is fine if she finds somebody who also wants that with her. It doesn't seem like Shaq wants that.
Right.
And if he don't want that, y'all ain't gonna work. Shaq said, how is that gonna work? She said, it works every day. She said, I've seen it work. And he said, you've been married before? She said, no, people I know. And he said, well, why are you comparing yourself to others?
He ain't got no money, baby. Just keep going.
She said, this is who I am. This is who I am.
This who I is. Accept me for who I is.
That's who you are then. I don't really know. Listen, I think the fact that Shaq obviously doesn't want to be the only provider for his family, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the fact that Kirsten wants somebody to provide for her, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think they right for each other, because there is something wrong with them thinking that they're compatible and that they have two different points of view on that.
He in debt.
That's just my opinion. I do think that Kirsten is wrong for being on this show, thinking she's going to find somebody who's going to support her and her kids and her lifestyle. You need to find that person on your own. That person needs to want to be with you, be madly in love with you, and want to do those things for you before you get married.
That part.
This is not that situation. Anyway, they go to their childhood homes. Well, we went to Kirsten's childhood home. She was 8 years old when her parents split. Apparently her dad was the provider for the family. She won't let Shaq meet her dad yet until after decision day, I think. We found out later in the episode that bothers Shaq. I don't understand why Kirsten is like, oh, well, you know, after decision day, and Shaq is like, wait, we have to get through decision day first. And she's like, but she won't introduce him to her dad until after decision day. So aren't you kind of saying we need to wait until after decision day on that? But whenever Shaq says we need to wait until after decision day, you have a problem with it. Kirsten met Shaq's family. She was smiling from ear to ear. So tell me about a time where Shaq was like maybe leading the family. She's so fake.
As hell.
She is so fake. She is so fake. Have you ever met like one of your siblings, like boyfriends or girlfriends, and as soon as you met them, you'd be like, they fake as hell? I know I've done that. But this is the vibe I got from Kirsten. If I had met her, if I was Shaq's sister, I would have been like, fake as hell. Child. Shaq's family said he gonna take care of you, so you have to take care of him. And Kirsten was like, one ear and out the other. I wish I had a little graphic, like a little fly. At the end of the episode, Kirsten said she wants her man to buy her a Lambo, and Shaquille got mad because once again she's joking about how he needs to provide a lavish lifestyle for her. We talked about a $3 million home. Seems expensive in Nashville, but I don't really know what homes are like there. So,
I live in LA, honey.
he said he can't be providing that. Won't put pressure on himself to provide that right now. She said she wants a Lambo.
Ooh.
I think it's really important to listen to the types of vehicles. Like, even if you're dating somebody and they say, like, what's your dream car? And if they have one, what is it? Because if they say a Lambo, that is a $300 to $500 or even more $1,000 car. That's your dream car? Okay, wow. You either are really, really about to be working really hard, or you are about to want me to work really hard to provide that for you. And I think that really irked Shaq, because it'd be different if she said like a Mercedes, a BMW, but she said a Lambo.
Truck.
I think that's what pushed him over the edge. And then she said she was joking, and he was like, no, in the beginning you said that I joke too much, and I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you now, and you playing. He got her together. I'm not even gonna lie.
He did.
Baby, he read her he read her down, baby. I do think that Shaq, when he gets upset, he becomes a terrible communicator, honestly.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but he could be better. He could work on his communication because he just lets his emotions and his anger get the best of him. And we saw that today in the kitchen. He kind of got a little bit too mad. He didn't know how to just calm down. But I understand everybody's like, he's frustrated. He's frustrated.
So
He can be frustrated, but it's still, to me, he tries to get real stern with it. And I don't know. I think that, you know, if it was me he was talking to, I would hit him with the, can we change the tone a little bit? Can we turn around the vibes here?
Exactly.
Because
you doing a bit much.
it's becoming a little, bit, spicy. Can we mild it down? Because it's getting a little spicy. And lastly, we have the black couples went on a little double date. They were shooting like laser tag, but with like styrofoam
Thingies.
I don't want to say the B word because I don't know about YouTube, but anyway, styrofoam darts. Shaq and Jazmyn sat down and they caught up on, each of their marriages. Shaq actually, Jazmyn is, really good at talking to people. She pulled out of Shaq that he doesn't like the fact that he hasn't met Kirsten's father.
We knew that.
We could have guessed that, but cool.
Okay, good.
And Shaq told Jazmyn, no offense to my own wife, like I love my wife, but you're a beautiful woman on the inside and outside, and you deserve somebody who really cares about you. And I'm glad that he reinforced those insecurities for Jazmyn, because she's beautiful on the inside and outside, and she's such a great catch, honestly. I think that people will be knocking down her door to date her after this because she's not going to say yes on the decision day.
I hope not.
Kirsten told Eris that her and Shaq are doing well. And Shaq told Jazmyn that Kirsten has so many expectations for him. The $2.9 million house. Shaq hasn't met her dad. And I'm really wondering, like, while Kirsten has all these expectations for him, what expectations does he have for her? I haven't seen any. So that's probably why this is catching him off guard. He's probably like, wow, I just want to be with somebody and be happy and have a good relationship. And she has all these things she wants and needs me to do. That's a requirement for her as her husband, Yeah. And yeah, Shaq and
she gave him a little booty, and now it's all different.
So yeah, Eris and Kirsten weren't talking about nothing. I know a lot of y'all said, oh, we want to see what happened if they would have been hooked up. I still think, like I said, Shaq and Jazmyn would have been a good couple.
Yep.
And Eris should not be with anybody. He should be by himself. And Kirsten should be with somebody that's a sugar daddy for her.
Eris need to be with his therapist.
Because she want a $3 million house and a Lambo. You need to be with somebody with money. So that's the end of the episode.
What y'all got to say?
Comment below. Let me know what y'all thought. This is a very interesting episode, and I'm being sarcastic.
Boring as hell.
But I can't wait to see your comments on what I missed because I was halfway asleep. Okay? I'll see y'all this weekend for Ready to Love.
Bye.